Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51 to 54. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, now I believe today is the 21st of February, all right, 2024. Okay, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, and as we always go into, all right, the prophecies, we're going into end time prophecies as the Lord has appointed us to do. Okay, in the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, okay, about giving warning, all right, from the Heavenly Father to the Israelites, starting with the elect. Okay, now the biggest test that is yet to befall humanity, all right, is fast approaching. Okay, and is being brought in the form of so-called digital identification. All right, but we who are in the know understand that this is all leading to the fulfillment of the mark of the beast prophecy. Okay, which states that there's going to be a people who are going to cause the whole entire earth, all right, to submit to a certain form of living in order to be able to buy and sell. Okay, and that form of living is going to be all digital. Hey, that's enough. All right, it's going to be in a form of digital identification. Hence, you have the radio frequency identification. Okay, now as we're leading closer and closer to that prophecy, okay, we are the ones, the watchmen, who are set on our watchtower to give the warning, right? And as a watchman, what do? You sit on top of your watchtower, okay, and then you can see the horizon. You can see far out. Okay, and as you see things going around, if something seems to be a threat, all right, that's coming towards your nation or your people or wherever you may be positioned, your job is to give off that warning for those who are under your watch to be prepared. Okay, so the Lord made he made us his spiritual watchmen. Okay, his shepherds. So we watching out for the wolves, we watching out for the bears, we watching out for the lions. Okay, we're watching out for the other people who are, heathens who are hunting, trying to hunt our sheep down, right? So that's our job. Our job is to pay attention and to warn the sheep. Okay, and when you're warning, you're going to be telling them of all dangers that may be approaching. All right, and the biggest danger, which is being brought out, in a very deceptive manner, is this whole concept of this digital imprisonment. Okay, and they're using so many different terms and forms to bring this into fruition. Okay, and the biggest form that you're going to find out is something known as biometrics. Okay, so let's get a few articles, all right, just to prove that these devils are actually moving at a very rapid pace to fulfill that MOTB prophecy. Okay, because that is pretty much their ultimate success, their crown, okay, of success, okay, to them. All right. So it says biometric ticketing. Biometric update regularly writes articles about the topic biometric ticketing. Now let's go back. Let's read a little bit of these ticketing that's going on around right now. Okay, around America and many different parts of the world as well. All right, it says Houston Astros introducing ticketless access with MLB go-ahead entry. All right, knowing that, as the summer months come around, there's going to be a lot of festivities, a lot of bread and circuses, right? Because they have to keep the people occupied with distractions. So they're gonna be killing basically a couple of birds with with one stone. Okay, you're distracting the people, right, with a lot of entertainment, a lot of sports and so on and so forth. But as you're doing that, you're also herding them into the trap, right? Oh, you want to partake in this? You need to provide your digital identification. You want to partake in that? You need to provide digital identification. It starts with facial recognition and all these different things, which again is being done deliberately, okay, but meticulously, because they know that they don't want the people to be alarmed. Okay, they don't want resistance, too much resistance. So they bring it in slowly. It's called gradualism, accelerated gradualism. Okay, so you're gonna see that your sports stadiums, you're seeing it with public transportation, right? You're gonna be seeing it with jobs, right? Many different things that people do on a daily basis are going to be incorporated with this whole new way of digital living. Okay, which is gonna pretty much force you into it. And once they get you into it, then they say, okay, well, you need to show ID. If you don't have this ID, then boom, you can't be a part of this. At that point, it's too late. It's too late. You're already in the system. The system has already changed. We're here. So it's either you accept it and continue living, or you don't accept it and you get X'd out of this new world that we're living in. Okay, and that's where a lot of the temptation will come in. All right. When you can't get a job, or you're not even considered to be a human being. You can't even go through the AI process because it's set up in such a way that you're not dealing with people anymore. You have this digital identification that gets you the access, then you're good to go. If not, you can't talk to people and try to convince them and change their mind to let you in. No. Okay, so the temptation will definitely come in. They're not going to force you. They just create a system that just keeps you out unless you opt in, right? And it's almost like they're boxing you in, but they're making it seem like it's an option. It's a choice. It's really not. Okay. But it says Major League Baseball in the U.S. is introducing its facial recognition ticketing program. Go-ahead entry to Houston sports fans. The digital ID process works in standard fashion. Anyone older than 17 downloads the MLB Park app and takes a selfie within the app on an iOS or Android phone. The images are tokenized and then deleted. It also works with groups, according to the Houston Chronicle. The owners of the Houston Astros Minute Maid Park have reserved an entrance gate for registered app users. You see? So they get that special access. You see, that's how Esau gets you. The more you go along with the path of destruction, it's paved with a beautiful, free living type of vibe. And then the actual road to salvation is paved with a whole lot of obstacles and doubting things and things that just makes you just sit back and be like, nah, bro, I don't know about this. See, so the Lord has to literally put a certain spirit on you to actually see the road differently. Other people might look at it as oh, nah, this ain't, nah, I'm not, this is not what I'm looking for. But we look at it as, nah, this is what I need to do to get to what I'm looking for. So continue, it says the app, which went live first in the city of Philadelphia, and I believe that was last year, right, with the Phillies, was recognized for its innovation during the 2024 Consumer Electronics Show, which is CES. It says in Philadelphia, go-ahead entry biometrics are paired with scanners from Evolve technology that use AI to perform security checks without forcing fans to empty their pockets first for free entry or free-flowing entry. So this is brand new technology that pretty much is not going to stop right where it's at. It's only going to increase. All right. And it's going to be made more as a norm of society, because one company does something that's successful, that changes their whole business model, everybody else wants to jump on that. I saw that this company is doing this and it's working very well. So this is the new state-of-the-art technology that all these companies are jumping on. Let's all do it. It saves us a lot of money, right? And we're not dealing with liability of people getting hurt or whatever the case may be, right? So a lot of companies are innovating or incorporating this new AI innovation. Okay. And when the more you do that, the more you're forcing the organic people out and bringing in those who are open-minded, quote unquote, open-minded to join in with that new age way of living, that whole biometrics and, being joined into computers and having C-hips in your body and shit. And guess what? They already have the people exactly where they want them. Okay? They've done enough over the past 4 years to get people accustomed to digital living. Everything is being done digitally. You barely have to go through shit where you have to physically be there. You could have a court hearing online. You don't gotta go there no more. Like it's crazy. People don't even gotta go to banks anymore. You used to go do your deposit and checks. You could just take a picture and boom, it's on your account. It's like, So now when life becomes this new way of using digital shit becomes the standard, and you get locked out of that standard, you have no life. And this is what they're trying to do, or at least doing. Setting the stage where everyone is on this grid, and then they just lock everything down and say, unless you want access, or if you want access to buy and sell and do all this, you have to take this. This is exactly what John saw. Okay? It says 2 other big league baseball teams will use the biometric ticketing system when the season opens, with the rest of the league joining them during the 2024 season. What did I just say? Okay, it always starts with 1. Again, 1 or 2, just to test the pulse. How's the reception? And then they go full-fledged, full force. Oh, this worked great at this ballpark. They saved tons of money, and it was so easy, and there was no problems. Well, I think we should look into that and start using it in our ballparks too. And then soon businesses going to jump in. All these corporations going to jump in. And it's like, oh, it's a new thing. Just like the whole chat GPT and AI and all these different things. When they first popped up, nobody really paid no mind to it. And all of a sudden it's become the thing where it's like everyone is using it in so many different ways. And that's how Esau brings it in. Right? A few more topics for different articles here. It says, let's see. Go back down a little bit. See if we can get something there. They got something known as emotional recognition. So now the damn AI cameras can literally read your spirit. They can read your energy. Right? That's high level Satanism right there, man. Esau's trying to be God for real. What is emotion recognition, and how can biometrics be used to perform it? Right? They already have all this stuff going, ready to go. This is all 1984 stuff. Something that used to be a fiction, man. This is just insane. Skynet, right? All these different things is all coming into reality, and people don't even pay attention to it. They actually embrace it. See, I was actually talking to a coworker of mine yesterday, and kind of give me an idea more of how the average typical so-called American, aka the Babylonians, actually move and function. They're completely gone. To the point where you give them facts and remind them of those facts that they lived, they still deny it. I mean, we're talking. I told her, I said, hey, listen, there's a lot of things that's going on around the world right now that you people don't notice or see. But guess what? It's going to affect you directly. And it completely went over her head. She started talking about all kinds of different shit, politics, religion. I'm looking at her like, this bitch. You see? And then, the conversation just kept going, and she's like, oh, so you don't believe in the whole CV stuff? I'm like, you do the whole explanation, you break it down, you go into this, but they still don't get it. They deny it. And then you ask them, so remember this year when this happened? Remember on the TV they said this and that? You pull up a video, you show them, you read it to them, whatever. They look at it and be like, that can't be real. That's deep fake. I'm like, shit, Esau got you then. You see? A lot of people are just now waking up to the truth. In the time where deception is at an all-time high, it's harder to find the truth. When it was always out there and readily available to be accessed by every and anyone, People didn't pay no mind to it. But now people are looking for the truth, and it's being distorted with a whole lot of AI this and AI that, where if you don't know what's actually going on, it's going to be hard for you to actually arrive at the truth. You see, because videos are being taken down, right? This is all leading to the family of the word. Videos being taken down, terms of services being changed to specifically target and affect people who speak the truth, specifically the prophets of the Lord. Okay? Society being changed and being conditioned to hate truth. Okay? You got a guy like Cat Williams go out there and spill the beans, basically. And everybody's attacking. Oh, hey, yo, why you talking? Why are you saying this? Why? People do not like the truth. Okay? And the number one truth is the truth of the Bible, because look at how the people in Babylon are living today. They getting cooked left and right by the scriptures, man, because they live completely opposite from what the scriptures say. See, that's why they have such a deep hatred for the scriptures, for the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hence a deep hatred for the prophets. Okay, so they're definitely going to be on board with persecution when the time comes. You know, they have to convince the people at the end of the day. So, I mean, it is what it is. All right, it's all biblical prophecy anyway. You know, it says Australia takes new steps towards AI regulation. EU inches closer to AI Act. Okay. Kenya's digital ID ecosystem must respect fundamental human rights. Policy advisory. It's just all BS. Again, to test the pulse of the people. Are the people clear-minded, or are they just going to let us just... Anyway, they're just going to come and let us come in and just do whatever we want. It says New Zealand grocery stores adding facial recognition. Police want open discussion. IDEMIA's automated biometric lanes to open to all foreigners entering Singapore. See? Again, the theme is they start off with one place as a test, and then it gets rolled out everywhere else. So airports are, a thing. Okay, it's part of the border. An airport is a border. Anywhere within 100-mile radius of any border, guess what? The government could send troops over there. Okay, in the name of protecting the border. Okay, and they consider airports a border because you're in one location. After you leave that airport, you're going to end up in a different location. So it's a border, just like how you're leaving a border of a coast, right? You're leaving that place, you're going to end up at a different place. So they consider all that shit a border. It says Philippines LTO accused of delaying switch to Dermalog system, costing motorists. Dermalog? Derma is skin. Okay. Interesting. So they're getting there. All right, they're getting there. Facial recognition service says it is for suspicious lovers, not stalking. That doesn't even make sense, but okay. It says UK updates guidelines for right to work digital ID identity checks. It says biometrics upgrading borders, digital IDs and economies, but the pace is uneven. Okay, biometrics upgrading borders. Wow. All right, so here we are, man. Every single day, it seems like there's a huge leap forward into the MOTB prophecy being fulfilled. But it's all being done in a very deceptive manner that the majority of the people of the world are not even paying attention to it. They're not even alarmed in the slightest bit. Okay, and when you tell them about it, they look at you like you're crazy. They be like, okay, we'll see when we get there. You'd be like, you dumbass idiot. Somebody gives you warning. Hey, train is coming. Move out move. Okay, we'll see when we get here. And you just get your whole shit smashed out. And that's what's going to happen. All right. All these people going to get their whole shit smashed out. All right. By Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The power that's coming is going to be unmistaken. Okay. Very destructive force. All right. That's coming. Okay. And it's coming for all the unbelievers. All right. Let's get that in the book of 2nd Ezra real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can get this. There's a book of Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, for what if some do not believe, right? Because we're in the time where a lot of people are pushing back against the truth. You can show them, but they're still not going to believe. Well, guess what? It says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Right? So for the elect, we believe. And that's all that matters. If we tell somebody something that's true and they don't believe it, that's on them. That's to their own detriment. The Lord said, all right, in Isaiah, okay, you tell the wicked man his wicked ways and for him to repent, and he doesn't repent, his blood is off your hands. All right, but the Lord's still going to cook his ass for not listening and not repenting. Okay, so if you don't believe, it doesn't make a difference. It don't make me no difference, right? So the Lord is still casting that judgment, and it's going to come for those who don't believe. Okay. Let me get this in 2nd Ezra real quick. Let's see. Let's find this thing here. Go back to this. Where's this thing? There you go. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. Let's get this. Let's see. Start off at. Start off at 1. All right, we can close it out with this. All right, this book is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And that's why the prophets are here. Okay, the prophets are basically your measuring stick. All right, you listen to what the prophets say because they look at current events, all right, and then filter it through the scriptures and then tell you what time period that we're in, what state or stage in prophecy are we in at the moment, right? So we're measuring the times diligently by way of what? Filtering it through the scriptures, all right, in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs, which we are seeing now, okay, the wars, rumors of wars, the earthquakes in diverse places, right, the famines, all right, the race wars, the race riots, okay, the infrastructure being set up for the MOTB, all right, there's a lot of prophecies that are, precursors of the end time, and that's the times that we're in now, right? So it says, when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, and how does the Lord visit the world? Mostly through what? Plagues. Okay, plagues. Let's see if we can get that real quick. All right. See if I can get a quick precept on that. Let's see here. Let's see. The visitation of the Lord, right? When you go into I can't find the precept right now. Lord willing, it'll pop back into my head. But when you look at the visitation of the Lord and the calamity that he causes, right? It's mostly done through force. Okay. Now Edom is going to be the ultimate force that the Lord is going to use. Okay. Hence you see the destructive state in which the world has become or is in now. Okay. But ultimately through Esau, once again, the Lord is going to use him to what? To create that besom of destruction. The nuclear missiles. All right. So that's going to be the ultimate visitation because the whole world is going to know who's behind that. Because we're going to let them know. All right. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? Because the Lord declares the end from the beginning, right? It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, right? Birth and death, and the end is manifest. So we're at the end, right? The death of this age, this world, this kingdom, okay? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the end of Esau is manifest. All right. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And everyone, that's why the prophets are important to explain these effects and signs. Okay, you can see them, you can witness them. The world is witnessing them, but do they understand it? Well, unless a prophet teach them, right? How shall they understand unless they be taught, right? It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, right? Because faith without works is dead, whereby ye have believed, right? And the works is actually doing the true works in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? If you come in any other name, you ain't doing the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Clearly, you don't have faith. Okay? It says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. It's talking about the elect, right? The Israel of God. Then shall they be in pitiful case, right? Then shall there be a time of trouble, a time of Jacob's trouble, a time like never before, right? Which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. And that's done here in America, Babylon the Great, for the most part. Okay? That's where a lot of people abuse the Lord's ways. Okay? They swear on the Bible, but yet they push and disseminate wickedness, folly. Okay? And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Because you casting away the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even when he sends his prophets out here week in, week out, day in, day out, to explain something to you, to wake you up to the truth, okay, to give you that warning, and you cast it away despitefully. You hate the fact that you're hearing the truth. You know, for whatever reason. I mean, what's wrong with these people? It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. Okay, and a perfect precept for that is what? The book of Proverbs, the first chapter, and we're going to close it out with that. Okay, this is a book of Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. Says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And that's exactly what we just read, all right, in 2nd Ezra, where it says they cast them away despitefully, and those people are going to dwell in torments, right? Because you're hearing the words being uttered in the streets, and you just pass by like it ain't nobody's business. You're seeing these videos, you're watching these videos, but you're not taking heed to what's being said in these videos. Okay? It says, she crieth, going back to Proverbs 1 and 21, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All that is synonymous with people who don't believe. Because if you don't believe, then you don't really have the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hence, you're going to be coming out here scorning, all right? And you definitely hate knowledge, you know, because you don't have the fear of the Lord, right? Which makes you a fool. Okay, the fool has said in his heart that there is no God, right? It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. All right, by way of who? The prophets. Because I have called and ye refused, cast away his words despitefully, right? I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, right? The warning is being gone out, is being sent out, and nobody's paying attention. Nobody's actually repenting except for the elect. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Okay? So again, the Lord is letting you know. It says, going back to 2nd Ezra, the the 9th chapter, okay, verse 10, actually verse 12, it says the same must know it after death by pain. Okay, so the Lord is saying that I will save you, but if you're of the elect, you're not going to be saved. So I'm going to laugh, all right, when your calamity comes. I'm going to mock when your fear comes. Okay, when everything is coming upon you, your destruction comes as a whirlwind, means it takes you over. All right, and distress and anguish cometh upon you. That's Jacob's trouble. All right, because being in trouble, all right, mentally you're distressed. All right, your mind is troubled. Okay, the Lord said you're gonna call upon Him. You're gonna be looking for the prophets. You're gonna be looking for videos. I know they was talking about martial law. I know they was talking about the chip. I know they was talking about some missiles coming right after the chip is out. Like they were, what the fuck, you know? You hated knowledge. You're not gonna find the Lord. Okay, you despise His counsel. You despise His reproof. Right. So when the trouble comes, He's not gonna save you. Okay, He's not gonna save you, and that's why you're gonna learn after death by pain. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it off there. Lord willing, you were edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash, the water Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.